and welcome to Cluesy. Thank you so much for joining into my frequency today. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about well-being, and what does that even mean? Well, it's World Well-Being Day was yesterday. It just means being a well-being. It's a literal thing. It's just like disease is a literal word. It's dis-ease. When we are a well-being, we don't have disease. So I just wanted to talk a little bit. We're changing things up here at Cluesy. Yes, we will still help you with your disease or with your injuries and your pain and your inflammation. But what I really wanted to do was flip the way we look at our health on its head and actually focus on being a well-being. So focus on, at a cellular level, is our body working harmoniously like it should, or are we in a compensatory zone, or are we in an adrenal overdrive situation, or do we have underlying inflammation that's actually going to, in 10 to 20 years from now, lead us into one of these big diseases? So, I've been in healthcare for a long time, and I find that people just expect to be unwell, just expect to get a disease. Typical Aussie saying is, we're going to die of something. Like, how about we just die of old age at 98 years old in our sleep, as healthy as we can be? Why can't we do that? Why do you expect to get cancer? Because it's been normalized. Our disease and our healthcare has been normalized that you expect to get unwell. So therefore, you create that unwellness. We should be like the Chinese medicine model of, 100 years ago, was you paid your doctor to keep you well. If you got sick, that doctor treated you for free. That's the way it should be. We should be focused on being well and avoiding and eradicating chronic illness, because let's face it, 51% of Australians have a chronic illness or a chronic condition of some sort. And I know there's some people watching that have a chronic condition. Unfortunately, medicine doesn't do us all favors a lot of the time. So if we concentrate on not ignoring the little signs, then we certainly will have a better chance at not being one of the statistics that's 1 in 2 that got cancer. 25 years ago, when I started nursing, it was 1 in 5. So what's happened in 25 years that all of a sudden half of the population is getting cancer, and it's normal? I'll just get cancer. It's like, excuse my language, but fuck that. Like, let's put our money and our focus into staying well, so then we don't have to use our life savings when we're sick. So, if I want to bring in some kind of subscription models that you pay $80 a week or something, whatever you can afford will work within the budget, and focus on your wellness, like educate you on all the things that you can do to avoid, feeding the inflammation within your body. Give you products, give you ANF disking, give you in-person treatments with me, like hold your hand for 6 to 12 months, getting your body as best as you can get it with the knowledge that I have. Now, I don't claim to know everything about everything, because that would be very ignorant of me. Medical research, we're still blind to how amazing this human body is, but I know the ANF technology works, and I know that if we look at the body as a system and we stop poisoning it, then we're at a hell of a lot better chance of becoming this old 98-year-old person who's as fit as a fiddle and dies of old age. Not a 65, 70-year-old person who's battling cancer, whose life they've spent working their whole time, and now they're just sitting around waiting to get something. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I really this is a very post today, but I want us to start looking at our well-being and our wellness rather than sitting around waiting. Like, if we can invest a small amount of money in ourselves every week and do something every week that is positive for ourselves, then that signals to the body that you want to be well. Because this mind of yours controls everything. So you can walk around Every day, like I did when I broke my leg. I walked around for a month just saying, I need a break, I need a break, I need a break, because I was working my butt off. I need a break. Guess what happened? I broke my leg. Like, your body hears what you say. It hears your thoughts. So if we can put positivity into our bodies, and like when we talk about frequencies, positive thoughts actually raise your frequency by 10 hertz. Negative thoughts drop them by 12. When our body gets lowered hertz, that's when we're susceptible to disease and viruses and bacteria and God knows what else is in the environment. So if we can just invest that small amount of money every week, whatever you can afford, to put towards your wellness, it's going to save you thousands of dollars in that long run, and it's save you thousands of dollars in that long run, and it's going to ensure you get to actually live. That's why we want to live our lives. We don't want to sit around waiting to get a disease. Like, you know, medicine has got us obsessed with labels and diagnoses. You know, I have this, I have that. I tell people all the time, stop owning your diagnosis. Because your body will hear, I have fibromyalgia, I have going to get cancer, I have heart disease. Like, that's what it hears, so that's what it creates. So if we change it around and we say, yes, I've had that, but I'm on my healing journey. My body's going to get better. I tell my body all the time, it's going to live to 120 and be fit and be have my mind. So when I feel my body getting a little bit sluggish, I just get motivated and I get out there and I go for my walks and all of that. We all have our lulls, but we've got to get out. We've got to really put ourselves first. So I have a friend who has kids and a boyfriend and a job and all of this stuff. She puts so much into everyone else. And I had a client in here yesterday, the same thing, put so much into everybody else, that they're waking up in pain every day. They can't feel their arms for half an hour every morning. You know, this girl who was here yesterday, you know, she kept saying she was in burnout. Why? Why? If we can't put ourselves first and concentrate on our wellness, then we are useless for everybody. Imagine you getting up in the morning going, oh, I've got so much pain, I actually can't function. You can't help anybody. Put yourself first. Like Susie and I have invested, we would have invested over $100,000 in our health in the last 5 years. We moved to Queensland. We decided it was time that we put the effort into becoming as well as we could. And then Clusie Clinic was born. So then it became even easier because we found the ANF technology. But Susie and I, we see regular people for maintenance, like a chiropractor. We check in every now and then, and he's not a crackback and sack, I was going to say. He's not a manipulative chiropractor. He's an energetic chiropractor. So he's gentle and he realigns you. And I do that just to make sure that I'm okay. I take my fulvic acid every day because I know that it's giving me the nutrients that lacks in my food, because I know how the food production cycle is. You know, we drink good water. We do regular ANF disking on ourselves. We exercise. We go into nature. Like on Sunday, we went for a walk to a waterfall that turned out to not be a waterfall, but just being around the trees and sitting on the stream, you could just feel, I felt my body just become realigned again and alive. So there's all these things that we can do for ourselves so we don't end up with our chronic illnesses or a chronic disease or that statistic. Because if it's 1 in 2 now, if we've normalized it, it's going to be everybody in 5 years from now. Like, that's crap. I'm not going to be that person. I don't want you to be that person either. I really want us to start focusing on our health, putting a little bit of money aside every week to then create not a program, but to create a health package for you, specifically for you, that takes into account your history, your emotional state, your current physical needs, your current disease processes, we look at all of that and we really do specifically help you for 6 to 12 months to be the best you can be. I really want that for you. I really don't want you to be waking up in pain every day or waiting around for some disease to take you. We don't have to be like that. Let's embrace ancient Chinese medicine and focus on being well and doing the things for us that keep us well. Like, you guys know that I gave up alcohol and I have it every now and then, yes, but it's just a highlight to me how shit it makes me feel. So I choose not to drink because that is like, might as well be drinking rat poison. It's not good for us. So why are we spending $20 to $100 a week on alcohol and not on staying well? So Susie and I, another thing that we really sat down and we're like, right, we looked at where we were spending our money. We call it strategic spending. Where were we spending our money and how can we adjust that so there is always money in the kitty for our wellness? So we changed where we spent our money and started spending it on us. Now, if you've seen Susie, just see how vibrant she is. CJ's vibrant as a child. I'm vibrant for an old duck. So, you know, if you can we can help you look at that. Susie's specialty is looking at that to find out how we can shift things for you so we can start focusing on your wellness. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed a little bit of my rant today. And our wellness does include holidays. You're right, Susie, it does. And Hervey Bay is on the list for August because we love eating sand whiting and they go running in or swimming like crazy in August. So that's our next holiday, is to Hervey Bay. All right, so ciao for now. Thanks for watching. Please get in touch if you want to have a conversation with me. For the next 2 weeks, I think it is, Susie, I'm giving away, like, you can jump on a 15-minute call with me and we can really have a conversation about where we think you're at, where we think we can get you, and how we can make that as affordable for you. So anyway, reach out. Thanks.